Sibonga. It's great to see you again, and I'm always looking forward to come and visit your family. Thank you for making the time, and thank you for you too, Lerato, to be always here in these meetings. It's very encouraging to see you always making up the time to come to these meetings to support the learning of your child. So since our last meeting, how have you been doing, and how have been things be with little Rato? Thank you so much for the feedback. It's really looking great. It's looking positive, and I see that there's lots of positive things that are happening. Lerato now is trying to starting to point out things and responding to things with loud noise and like helicopters, which is great. And I know you also mentioned that sometimes it's frustrating because she's not you don't know sometimes what she's pointing at. So basically today, our session today is, as you can see, it's about the importance of eye contact and communicating directly to your child. So we're just going to look at few things of why eye contact is very important. So eye contact is basically a very important skill. It's a basic way of bonding with your child, and also it helps with communicating with your child. So when we're talking about eye contact, meaning like looking at, when you are talking, looking at each other in the eye, and then like when we look at each other in the eye when we're talking, so it makes the other person feel like you are interested in what you are saying to them. You are interested in listening what they have to say to you. Can you imagine of a situation where you're trying to say something to someone and they keep looking away all the time? Yeah, it doesn't feel nice. Imagine now we are having a conversation and you are telling me like great news about the development of for Lindy, and then I'm starting doing like there's my phone, and I start looking away, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good, Slonga, you can talk, I'm listening. Would you continue and talk with me? Would you continue with your conversation? Yeah, it's not easy to continue your conversation when someone is looking somewhere else or facing somewhere else, or busy fiddling with something or with the phone. So it's even with visual contact is very important, especially for children with hearing loss. When you give them eye contact, it really helps them to see that you are interested in them, what they have to say, and what you are communicating with them. So I know like different cultures and different communities, they view eye contact in a different way. Like I remember me when I grew up in my culture, looking at an adult in the eye when they are talking to you, it was seen as being rude. So we were not allowed, and I don't know how really we communicated with our parents when we were young, because eye contact is very good for children. It draws their attention, and it makes them feel like you are listening to to them, and it helps them to express themselves, especially children with a hearing loss. They are very visual, so it's very important for them, that we give them that eye contact. I'm not sure about in your situation, in your household, if that is something that is you believe in, or is would making eye contact with your child be easy. Mm. So sometimes you can, like, let's say if it's something that it's difficult for you to do, you can even do it in a playful way, like one of the things that you can do is holding your child closer, get your child closer. You can even take your child, and if I know little Linda is sleeping now, so we can't communicate with her. But just bringing your child close, up to the eye level where you can see them. So when you are at the level of the child, so they can see you, and you see their face and you see their eyes. And for little ones like Lindy, where when you communicating with them, you can even you raise them. They love that. Sometimes when you trying to get their attention to also look in your eyes, you play games, make them laugh, especially that favorite game they love, like picking them up and and boom, 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 on the face, and and then once they start laughing, they look at you, and then you can communicate with them. Let's say you want them to go and fetch something that Lindy Ware's book that she likes. It's story time, and you want her attention. It's and then you ask them, because now they've got your attention. You are looking at each other. Lindy, where to go and fetch your book? Your book there. You are looking at each other, and then you look there. She follows your eyes, and then you point at what Lindy Ware needs to do. So, but first you have to get her closer, and when you're getting your child closer, you're using other communication strategies as well that are very helpful for children, like touching, um, that is also a very helpful strategy for communicating. Touching, put them closer. And as well, children with hearing loss, in order for them to hear you, you have to hold them close anyway. And so there's a lot of benefits in terms of the things that you do to get your child to come closer. Is not just even about eye contact. Also, it's about touching, and then you get all their attention, and then you can communicate with them what you need to communicate. So, are there any questions, or what are other things that you do with Lindy to get her attention in terms of getting her close to you, is she easy to, you know, um, to get them closer? Mm. So Linda, so sometimes I know you've got the other kids that you are taking care of, and sometimes it's so busy in the day, and sometimes we forget, we, you know, um, you talking to Lindy, but then you are busy with other children. So when we you are addressing the child and you're not looking at them, and sometimes they think that you are not talking to them, and so they don't hear what you were saying because they were not listening. They thought like you were not talking to them. They thinking that you were talking to the other child.